Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome to the Film Department specific webinar for California State Summer School for the Arts, also known as CSSSA. My name is Jessica Hemingway. I am joined by the esteemed, the amazing film chair, Pietro Pinto. You want to say hi, Pietro?
Ciao, bellissimi. Good to see you. Please turn your camera. I want to see a lot of smiles and I want to see our fantastic student. Thank you so much. Look at these. Michelle, Trevor, Troy. Troy's back. Wait a second. I know Troy. Maggie, Karen, Esther, please let me see your beautiful smile.
We're also joined by CISA admin support. We have Ellie and we have Stacy here to help us answer any financial aid or student life related questions. And we're just going to dive in. I have a couple introductory CISA slides, and then I'm going to turn it over to Pietro and he can talk all things film department. But if you're unfamiliar, we're talking about California State Summer School for the Arts, also known as CSSSA. It's a month-long residential summer arts program for high school students in the state of California. We're a state-run program. We've been around for almost 40 years. Our community is composed of over 400 students, and we have about 150 faculty and staff that support the students during the summer session. So the ratio of student to teacher is about 3 students to 1 teacher. There's a lot of individualized attention and one-on-one time with your instructor. We pull from across the state as it is part of our mission to represent each of the 58 California counties. In addition, we have a small number of students who come from out of state and even international regions. But we keep that pool small to about 20 students because we want the bulk of our population to be California state students. As I said, we're a residential program, which means you come to the college campus that we're located on and you live there for 4 weeks. We're located on the Cal Poly Pomona campus. This is incredible. They're our new host site for this foreseeable future, and we're really excited to be partnering with them. While you're on the Cal Poly Pomona campus, you have access to all of the amenities that Cal Poly Pomona has to offer, state-of-the-art technology, labs, shops, studio spaces, rehearsal spaces, performance spaces, you name it. You'll live in the beautifully recently renovated dorms, and you'll have your meals in the main cafeteria. We also provide recreational activities and field trips for students to engage in when they are not working on their art. So it's an online application to apply for CISA. You can access it by going to cisa.ca.gov/application. The application has about 4 main parts to it. First part is you're going to enter your contact information. The second part are references. They're not recommendation letters, but just the contact information, name and email of a teacher, an artist, an employer, mentor, youth group leader, somebody that it can be a reference for you in case we have questions about your application. The third part are transcripts. You can upload an unofficial copy to the online app. We're only certifying your grade level when we review these transcripts. We're not looking at grades at all. We're an art program. And then the last part are the arts assignments, which are outlined on our website for each discipline. And of course, since this is the film department webinar, we're going to be going through all things film with those arts assignments. The application deadline is coming up February 28th, 2026 at 6 p.m. You want to make sure you have all your necessary documents and assignments completed by that final hour at the latest. The CISA team will review your application during the month of March, and then notifications will go out the following month. And we always encourage students to apply early, apply at least 48 hours before that deadline. If not, a week before is great. If you have any issues uploading or if there's any technical problems, you want to make sure you give yourself enough time to contact CISA or the application online support team to get that issue resolved to ensure a successful application. So give yourself enough time to apply early. All right. I'm going to kick it over to Pietro. You can give us a little film department overview, if you will.
Yeah, first off, thank you, Jessica. Oh my God. So always ready and prepared. I'm excited to see some faces that I know, like Troy. How are you, Troy? You good? Yeah, thumb up. Ah, look at this. What a great cinematographer. Maybe you should run this beautiful presentation, meaning that, I'm very happy to see that students that have been joining our program last year are already thinking to maybe join this year. It means that we hopefully did a good job and everybody's really interested in our film program. The very first thing that I want to say is that coming at CISA is not only coming for a film program, but it's a life-changing experience because it's a beautiful school of the arts. So it's not just about film. We have animation, dance, theater, visual arts, a new program this year, architectural and design. And this means that you will spend 4 weeks in Kaliponoponoma, the new campus, with great creative and great artists. And this is really a life-changing experience because you will create a beautiful community and be inspired by other fantastic artists with whom you will create stories. Maybe you will play music, maybe you'll dance. And so it really is not just okay, I'm gonna go sorry, I'm gonna go CISA and learn how to be the best filmmaker possible. But it's way more to that. It's really going and creating a beautiful creative community. Um, and then, of course, however, you're in the film program. And so, you know, we'll create a very and shape a very, design a very beautiful program around your needs. What we do usually during our film program is that we have frontal classes for every single student. We want you to learn the basics of filmmaking. So everybody will have editing classes, cinematography classes, directing, experimental cinema, and documentary classes so that they can learn the basics of storytelling. We have fantastic faculty on the website. You could see faculty from past year. This year we'll have for sure some new entries, but again, all our faculty are currently working on the industry, making films all over the world and telling beautiful and powerful stories. So if in the morning you are going to get frontal classes in all these disciplines, in all the domain of filmmaking, in the afternoon instead, you will work on specific projects. Hands on is what believe in. I think that in order to really learn how to make films, you have to um, make movies and, be mentored, be guided by those that are shaping the cinematic language in today industry. So in the afternoon, during the first 2 weeks, you will work on a short documentary project. When I say you will work, is because I believe filmmaking is a team work, and the key to success in anything in life, to me, but especially in filmmaking, is really to find uh, that crew, that family with whom to spark your creativity. So you will work together as small teams of 5 to 7 crew members to create a short documentary. Of course, you will pitch your film first. We'll do a pitching session where everybody can pitch their ideas. The faculty would choose, 5 to 8 projects that they think are the strongest or that they think have uh, great potential to tell powerful stories. And then, you will work during the first 2 weeks in creating a short documentary film. On the last 2 weeks, instead, we're going to do what usually excites students the most, which is working on a thesis fiction film project. Of course, it could be experimental if you prefer, but usually we really dive into fiction. And again, we'll ask you all to pitch another film idea. We'll create different groups. So, those that were cinematographer in the first a film, maybe they have the opportunity to be directors on the second movie, or they can be sound designers or sound recordists or editors. And so that we switch the team so everybody really gets an experience in a specific department, film department. But then, yes, in the second 2 weeks, we really give you the time and space to explore beautiful stories. On our website, uh, you know, you can see films that were done in previous years. I'm very happy to say that during my cycle here at CISA, we have had our first films selected for very important international film festivals, like the youth category selection at the San Francisco Film Festival, the Newport Beach Film Festival, Santa Cruz Film Festival. So, the high school film festival in New York. So we really produce beautiful films. And if you wonder, what am I going to do at CISA? Go on our website on the film page and go check the fantastic films that were created in the past years. We have narrative, experimental cinema. We have more linear cinema films. We have documentaries. So you will really grasp a very good idea of what we try to do at CISA. On top of that, and we can go to the next slide. On top of that, we do a lot of beautiful screenings. I created, and I'm very proud of these, a masterclass series where we invite top filmmakers from the industry, to come and meet with you. Last year, we had the Oscar winner, producer of Nomadland and Call Me by Your Name. We have had in the past Alfonso Cuarón, who is the Oscar winner, director of Roma and Gravity. We have had the cinematographer.
Oh, Pietro, we're having trouble hearing you. Oh, here we
You
go. It's
know,
back.
oh, we
Sorry,
have a,
your
oh,
volume dropped out for a second. Can you
oof,
repeat what you
sorry.
said?
Yeah, we have had some fantastic guests, including cinematographer of Spike Lee, cinematographer of Ari Aster, Alfonso Cuarón, Oscar winner for Gravity and Roma. So again, you will really have the opportunity in master classes to learn, the craft from those that are out there making fantastic films. We will, take you to a screening of American Cinematheque. We'll take you to Sony Studios for a visit of the studio. We'll take you to the Academy Museum. I mean, we're really going to dive into Los Angeles and in all the possible facades of the industry, because that's what we really like, to go and meet the people that are making the great films of tomorrow. For what concerns the application, um, all of you know that the application is due very soon. You have more or less 2 weeks. February is a little shorter, so maybe 2 weeks and something. But again, what I ask you for is to, write a few answer to a few prompts. Um, what I ask is usually the role that you want to play, that you want. Actually, I really want to know what do you want to be in the film industry tomorrow. I want to know, do you want to be a director and why? Do you want to be a cinematographer and why? I want to know what makes you so enthusiastic about be an editor or making films. So really, tell me what kind of role that you want filmmaking to play in your life. The second prompt, I usually ask um, for you to tell me about a film, or a show that really inspired you, that you really, really like. It could be Breaking Bad, or it could be maybe Tarantino, Django Unchained. It could be Wonka Wai in the Mood for Love, or it could be, Last Frontier, um, Last Frontier film. It's really up to you to tell me that you really, really like and really, really enjoy. And then, what is very important is I always ask to submit a short film. Please submit a film that is under 10 minutes. It's totally fine if you work on that project in a role different by the director role. So if you were a screenwriter or if you were a sound designer or an editor, but I would like to see, if you have worked on a film before and what you've been produced. If you have not worked on a film yet, um please just reach out, to administration, submit all the other um, prompts, including the very last one, which is talking about a filmmaker or an artist that you really, really like and that you find inspirational. And then, if you have never worked on a film, I'll go through your application and I'll reach out if something else is needed. Maybe just a self interview where I get to know you a little better and get to know why you have never made a film. However, most of the year everybody has a film that they submit, and that is very instrumental for the application. I am not looking for perfection. Actually, I don't care. I couldn't care less. We are a school, and as a school, it's our interest to try to support you in your creative process, in your learning process. So what I'm looking for is potential. It's someone that is eager to tell a powerful story, that is passionate about working with other creative to create movies that can be emotionally impactful, that have a beautiful character arc, and that can resonate with a very large audience, that are able to create intimacy and emotion in the spectators that are watching them. Um, Next slide, please. And as I said, so you can submit a film where I can already see how you guys work. And these though are the prerequisite. You want to have a file that is not exceeding the 5,000 megabytes. You want to have a maximum running time. Can you hear me? A maximum running time of 10 minutes. And again, you can have any role in this project. Next slide. Mm. Here, as I said, are some of the prompt that we asked. Again, once you submit your film, I want a short description of your project, a short statement that describes your creative process. This is very important for me. Please guide me through the making of this film from the concept. Why was this so important for you? Why you had this urgency to tell this story, and how did you unfold it? How did you work with other people? How did you made it happen? What was the process there? How were you involved with finding resources and finding talents and finding crew members that could help you bring this vision to life? Eventually, tell me something about your budget, and then of course let me know what was the role that you played in the project. Were you the director, the producer, the editor, etc., etc.? Next slide. As I said before, it's very important that yeah, look at these. We had a fantastic night the first year I was I took on the role of film chair. I brought everybody to see this film, um, A Fire at the Arrow Theater. It was an amazing night where we met the director. We watched a very powerful movie, and we really connected, with the cinematic experience, being all together in a theater, eating popcorns and watching something outdoor like that really inspired us. I love that night. I'm so glad we have this photo here. Of course, when you submit your assignments and prompts, please save your assignments with the initial um, of your first and last name. It's very important labeling your work so that, as I look at that, I immediately know, okay, this is Troy. Troy actually wants to come back at CISA, and I will look for the extra assignment that any student that wants to come back at CISA has to do, because, and this is because Troy is there, and we have love to have you, Troy, in our program. You are a fantastic cinematographer, but it's gonna be a little harder, to come back. We want to give opportunities to everybody. There are always exceptions, but of course, if you want to come back at CISA, it's very important that you write an extra statement explaining why you want to come back at CISA. Thank you very much, Jessica. You can have the slide here. We are with the beautiful director, Kristen Petzel. Everybody was so excited. But again, if you are coming back, we want to know the reasons for your returning to CISA, explain your learning objective, and especially tell me uh, why you think CISA is very necessary for your artistic growth. Given that you have been already in the program, you know how it works, you know the structure, and um, that it's very difficult to have a second selection. So this is for returning students, and then we can move on again to the next slide. Um, is that it?
That's
Maybe is that it?
it.
Okay,
Now we can
exactly.
take questions.
Now we can take questions. And for questions, please, I would love for you to turn your camera and your mic, and I would love, to get to know you and to hear your question rather than just writing it in the chat. If you can. If you can, I'm sure that Jessica will help you reading your question. If you should be shy, and, we'll go from there. Who has a question? No, no, no questions. Oh my God.
Please,
Where's
Michelle, unmute
Michelle?
and ask.
Ciao, Michelle.
Hi,
Where are you
nice to meet
based?
you.
Ciao, Michelle. Where
Hopefully
are
you can
you?
see me.
Are you based in LA? Are you based in San Francisco? Where are
Yeah, I'm
you?
based in LA.
All right. Tell me, what is your question?
So the film I wanted to submit, it's not like a live action film, it's an animation. I don't know if that was okay. Or
Absolutely.
okay.
Are you applying for the film program, or have you considered applying for the animation program? Tell me this, why this choice?
Well, I had done a program previously and it was animation and I wanted to try it out. And I like doing it, but I've done live action before and I think I liked it a little better, so I wanted to try doing the
We're so
film program.
excited. We're so excited to review your application. I think it's beautiful, spanning from animation to live action to music. So I'm very enthusiastic about, again, having students that maybe until yesterday have worked in animation and want to try the film world. So absolutely, send me your animation. It happened in the past, and actually, there were some very strong application that have presented a short animation film. So I'm looking forward to your application. No problem. Absolutely. Submit your short animation film. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Ciao, Michelle. Ciao, Bella. Any other question? Now that we've broke the ice, who's there? Any question about the application, about the program? Toma. Oh, Toma.
Hello. Uh,
Hello. What is
I'm
your
from
name?
Santa Cruz. So
Toma or Toma?
Toma,
How-
Toma.
Toma.
It's
Toma.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
Toma.
really easy.
Santa Cruz. Fantastic.
And the thing I made most recently was like a feature film actually during the school year. So I was wondering if I could make kind of like a cut of the first 10 minutes and then submit that or something like that.
Well, first, congrats. It's always a challenge to make a film, and to make a feature film is even more a challenge. I want to remind everybody that at CISA, we will work strictly on short films. For me, it's
Hmm.
very, very important to learn how to tell a very good story in 10, 15 minutes, to develop a very strong character development before we're able to span it into an hour and a half or 2 hours. This said, it's not the first time that a CISA student has been working on a feature in the past. Yes, what students have been doing is selecting a clip, a 10-minute clip that they like the most, that makes sense within itself,
Hmm.
being in taken outside of the context of the feature that you're doing, and then putting it onto your application, adding it to your application for me to review it. But Toma, I'm very looking forward to your application. I'm sure that it's gonna be a very exciting story. So yes, please submit 10 or less minutes clip, a 10 or less minutes clip of your film.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Great. Ciao, Tomà. Ciao. Grandioso. All right. Next question. Next question. Who's there? Esther, Maggie. I know Maggie has a question. Maggie, where are you? Aileen, Lucinda, Esther. Anybody has a question for us? Michelle, everybody's shy. Okay.
Well, maybe to get the questions rolling, Pietro, can you take us through like a day in the life of a film student, kind of what they can expect?
Absolutely. Great. Yes, I was just about to, bring something about, our film program, which is actually, the level of engagement. CISA, it's a very intensive program. You will have classes in the morning, working in the afternoon, probably on your film project, and spending the evening editing your film. So, coming and working at CISA, it's not just a vacation. It's a very intensive program, so you have to think very carefully if you want to come and join. It's a school that is designed also to make you understand how the industry works out there. Is make you understand the level of pressure and stress that you will face. Of course, we're a school. We want anybody to, be stressed out. But for sure, we are here to design an experience that can be very, very close to college or the industry. And therefore, in a typical day, you will wake up, have breakfast with your family, with your beautiful CISA family, maybe some fellow filmmakers, but maybe some other artists from the dance department, the theater department, the visual art departments. You join straight into your class. Maybe we are doing 4 different classes every day. We divide the whole team of students in 4 groups, and each group takes a different class. So we're going to have cinematography, editing, directing, producing. And once you have been working for the first 3 hours of the morning, 9 to 12, onto your cinematography class, then you'll have lunch, start to talk about what the assignment maybe that you had during the class. And then in the afternoon, you immediately start working on your film project, meaning that if you are in the first 2 weeks, you will be working on your documentary project. And so get together with your team, get together with your mentor. Each team will have a faculty attached to their project. And of course, designing a powerful and beautiful story that can eventually be screened, in front of all the students of the CISA of the CISA film school, because a lot of great students from animation are going to work on your movies. A lot of students from theater, especially theater this year, are going to work on your movies. A lot of students from music, dance, all different departments are going to support you. And then for sure, when we're doing the final screening, everybody will be there in the theater ready to see the beautiful story that you told. On top of that, and we have a question, I'm coming right to you, Pela. And on top of these, maybe, we'll do a field trip to the American Cinematheque or to the Academy, or we're going to have a masterclass. I am now in conversation with Oscar Isaac, which is a fantastic director. I'm in conversation with Chloe Zhao, who is the director of Hamnet. If you haven't seen it, please go watch this movie. It's out in theater now. It's nominated for several Oscars, including Best Picture. It's beautiful. And so it's going to be intense, guys. It's going to be a lot. Pela, what is your question? Pela? Is it Pela?
It's
No. Pela?
Pila.
Pila. Sorry. My bad. Tell me. And who's next to you? Your mom?
This is my mom.
Nice to meet you. Ciao. Yeah, we are a very beautiful community here, and we want parents to join in. And so know that we are going to really make great artists of your son and daughter. So good to see you both.
Thank you so much. I'm based in San Diego, and I
Right?
was just curious, is like the screenwriting part of creating your narrative film, is that like a big part of the process? Because I know I've heard of other programs that it's like very production based and like the story is not a big part of it. And I know
Uh,
that's definitely a thing for me as I'm like big into screenwriting.
are you a screenwriter?
Yeah, I'm like mostly
Yeah.
like into screenwriting.
Yeah, we have a fantastic screenwriter faculty, Suchi. She graduated from AFI. Her background, she's Indian, and she writes amazing comedies and dramas. And yes, the screenwriting process is the most important um, part of the filmmaking. Because if you don't have a strong script, if you don't have a script that has potential to create an emotionally engaging story with a proper character development, and even though experimental, that we do and know understand and where which emotion is going to touch on, it's going to be very difficult to have a powerful film. So I want to say that CISA is a very intensive program. So we only have maybe 3 days for pre-production, meaning that you're going to have 3 days to work on your script. You're going to have 2 or 3 days for production and then 2 days for post-production. So it's going to be very, very intense. But yes, you're going to have screenwriting classes. And yes, the screenwriting part, which though is a collective work, because I want as much as possible the whole team to work in designing the story that was selected at the pitch session. Will really be instrumental to tell a powerful story. So yes, be ready to write a lot and to learn what great screenwriting really is. Okay. I'm excited. Pila, we want you. Come, apply, come
Thank
to
you so
CISA.
much. That's awesome. Thank you for answering my question.
Great.
I'm excited to.
Ciao, bellissima. Ciao, ciao. All right, next one. Of course, I'm Italian. Everybody will learn Italian by the end of the program. So, that's a plus, so that the next year you can go in Italy and order your favorite piatto di pasta, speaking in Italian. Evan? Yeah. Ciao. How are you? I can't hear you. Oh, yeah. Connect your mic, and we're very curious for your question.
Oh, now we
Is
can't hear either. Oh, here we go.
Hello.
Great.
I had a question for the students who haven't
Hold
created a
on.
film yet,
Oh,
actually.
what do you say?
Um, um, for the students who haven't created a film who want to apply to film.
You've never worked on a film before?
No, not particularly, but I have interest in photography and creative writing, and I've been interested in on-screen acting instead of stage acting.
Eva, you know what I would say? Why don't you try to create a film? I mean,
Mhm,
filmmaking is, telling powerful story, but nowadays with our phones, I don't know how many of you are familiar with filmmaker um, Sean Baker. Sean Baker won the Oscar for Best Picture last year with Anora. He started to make his own film with an iPhone, and he made some beautiful, beautiful films, including the Florida Project. I would say if you have never done a film, try, which means
okay.
design a story and use your iPhone to, um, tell a story visually. Then, nowadays, if you don't have any skills with Premiere Pro, Avid, which are editing softwares, try to everybody's able nowadays to create reels and
Mhm,
edit on their phone. So I would say try to create a 1 to 3 minute or 5 minute story.
uh-huh,
And if you really have never done that, please submit your application with a note saying that you have never worked on a film, and provide an extra explanation why though you think that coming to CISA is very, very important for you. I will
Mhm.
review it in depth and, consider if, and I'm pretty sure, yes, you can join our fantastic cohort and, be part of our film program. That's what a school is for helping you become a great filmmaker. So, starting from zero is the best place to tell powerful stories. So don't
Mhm.
worry.
Oh, I also had another question about students who might just want to do the bridge instead of the main CISA course.
This year, unfortunately, we don't have the bridge program, right, Jessica? And it's something that we might bring back in the next 2 years. I think it will definitely come back, but we are moving to a new campus. There is a lot of logistic that is taking place, plus, fundings from the states that we are still finalizing. So for the next 2 years, I don't think we'll have bridge, but for sure in the future we'll bring bridge back, and that could be a great, starting point for um, anyone that has little experience in film before applying to the to the actual full 4 weeks program.
I see.
Go for it. You have another question?
Oh, no. Um,
Okay.
I just heard I knew somebody who did the bridge last year and they really liked it, so they're a returning student. Um, I'm a little sad, I guess, because I'm a senior. I was kind of looking forward to the bridge, but that's pretty cool. I hope you guys get that back in a couple years for sure. It
Yeah,
seems like a great opportunity.
and still apply to the full program. You never know. Maybe you get in and you have the 4 week intensive experience rather than the 2 weeks experience. So, always be optimistic with me. Always believe in yourself, in your intuition. It seems like you're curious, you're passionate. Maybe you don't have experience, but that's why we're here. We're here to make sure that you come, you learn, and you go out in the world confident to tell powerful stories. So, regardless, you have little experience, apply. That's why we're here. We're a school to help you become a great artist. We don't need people that already know everything in the film
Mhm.
industry. So there's always a chance. Don't give up. Apply, and I'm sure that we'll be working together very soon. Okay,
Good. I'm excited to send in my application.
that's the way. Perfect. Courtney, what is your question?
Hi, so I am a reapplying student. I didn't apply to your department last year, unfortunately. I applied to animation because I've always been interested in film and more on like the art side of things. However, I've always been like a screenwriter, been really into cinematography, really the whole area of film. It's just I always felt like I couldn't really apply because I didn't do a lot of live action film. However, I really started experimenting more with live action filmmaking, actually being on set with like a lot of my friends. One thing I was wondering is when I'm putting up, I put together a lot of short films I worked on this year, but some are animated, some are like live action films. It's just my own film has been quite different. I've been an art director on some films. I've been a cinematographer in some films. I've even helped with like writing some screenplays or even helping be a co-director. My question is, how would I really show you that in my film reel? Because since my work's been so spread out through all of these films I've made.
How do you show me what? How do you show me your skills?
No, so what really wanted to show in the application is diversity, because I feel like I have
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
great.
of
Send a reel.
yeah, I have a lot of different skills when it comes to filmmaking. For example, I really love directing, but I also am really into art direction, like really putting a set together and organizing the actors. That's why a lot of my friends have put me on projects. So what I did is I compiled like a bunch of these short films I made, up until like limits. So I think I have like 8 minutes of like three short films I made. One's animated, two are live action. My question is that like some of these films I feel like I didn't have a large enough role in. Like, is art direction a big enough role to put that in there? Is co-directing a big enough role to have that be put in there?
Okay. Can you hear
Hmm.
me?
Yeah, I can hear
Can
you
you hear
now.
me? Yeah, fantastic. I would say great. It's good to be flexible and have different passions within the film world to find out, especially the one you want to focus. I would say, like we wrote in the application prompt, send your reel and highlight what role you had in what project. So meaning that if you
Okay.
have several roles in several project of a reel, you want to let us know what kind of project you worked on and what was your role. And then we'll go from there. And congrats on having such a flexible and great spanning, you know, um, great spanning really experience in the film world. I'm sure that, we'll be happy to have you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Trevor,
Hey, I gotta be a little quiet. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
what's
Um,
going on? Are you on a movie set,
no,
Trevor? Is the next
no.
Netflix production? Tell me the truth.
I
What?
wish I would love to be on set
Okay.
again.
Are you at
I current
school?
No, I'm at an office.
Okay. We'll
But
keep it quiet. Go.
yeah. So basically, I know that there's a lot of variety, and similar in the vein of the last two questions, there's a lot of variety in filmmakers here, and a lot of different experience in different roles, such as some person might be very experienced in editing and not directing, and another person might be very experienced in like cinematography, but they have never like edited something. So my kind of question is, how will that work on in the classroom? In the classroom, will
Trevor,
somebody,
unfortunately, my headphones died. Sorry.
oh,
Could you repeat your question? My bad. So sorry.
yes. All I'm asking really is for people who have more experience in one category, do they focus on other categories? Because I know you said that there are different roles, right? So, for example, if somebody had a lot of editing experience, could they focus on just directing cinematography? Or if somebody had a lot of cinematography experience, maybe they could just focus on story on a project. Is that a
Yes, it's a
possibility?
great question, Trevor. So what we're gonna do is that the first week of classes, I want everybody to do the basics of the specific department, cinematography, editing, producing, because I also want you to know all our instructors and understand how they can better help you during the program. So I want everybody to take the basics and I want to level up everybody because maybe you are very strong in directing, but she's strong in cinematography. So I want to make sure that we go out into the program all with the same tools. After the first week, we're going to do elective workshops of all the classes, meaning that if you want to focus on cinematography rather than directing, you are going to take two intermediate to advanced workshops and focus on what you want. Each week, you're going to choose two, classes of two different departments and focus on that, meaning you're going to focus into, you know, directing and cinematography for week two in an intermediate level, and then you're gonna focus on producing and screenwriting for the advanced level. So yes, that's what we're gonna do. Did I answer your question? It's good.
Yes, totally. That is very helpful. I actually love that strategy a lot. So thank you for answering my question.
So excited to have you applying for the program. Absolutely.
Yes.
Any question there? I'm looking for my other headphones.
Any other questions? Go ahead. Raise your hand, unmute, put it in the chat.
Put in the chat.
Anything at all. While people are thinking, Pietro, can you talk about what kind of equipment students will use? Do they have to bring anything special? Do they have to have any proficiency in editing equipment or with
That's a
cameras?
great question. So I would say, let me put that headphones here. So I would say that the very first thing is story over equipment. That's my basic starting point for our fantastic film program. So I always want to put forward that for us is very important to have powerful stories with powerful characters, with powerful and beautiful you know, emotional, engaging design characters. But once we have that, we have a lot of equipment. We are going to shoot with Sony FX3. We have we're getting to have almost one for each film group. We create usually 8 to 10, sometimes even a little bit more groups for thesis project and documentary project. So we're going to use Sony FX3 or Sony Alpha 7 cameras. And then we are going to use Zoom recorder with directional mics. And we rent a lot of equipment, including little dollies, lighters. We have infinity bar lights. We have Astera lights. We really have a lot of equipment that we're going to give out, though, only once we understand that you have a powerful story to tell and that you have a picture, a script locked. So again, emphasis into, telling beautiful story. But once you have that story and you work with your mentor and he greenlit your project, then yes, you're going to go down to the cage and, get your equipment, which includes lighting gear, again, Astera, Infinity Bar, just to mention a few. You're gonna get your camera with your lens, prime lens, but mostly a zoom lens, Sony zoom lens, and then you are going to, receive your additional equipment like Apple boxes, green screen if you need it, et cetera, et cetera. So yes, we have a lot of equipment and we have fantastic cameras. We provide a subscription to Premiere Pro to all students that are coming to the program. So, you're going to edit on Premiere Pro and you're going to have classes. You don't have to bring nothing. I mean, you're welcome to bring your computer or your camera if you want to, but it's not a prerequisite. We are very happy and we're working to provide you with all the equipment that you need for your own film. So that should be more than exciting for you guys to be ready to, have all the support you need to tell your stories. Yeah? Perfect. All right, Thomas, next question.
I'm back
Before we
for
close
round
it.
two.
Yeah, we like that.
I edit in DaVinci Resolve, and
Mm-hmm.
would I have to switch to editing in Premiere for the program, or would I be able to continue editing in DaVinci?
So, no, yes, I would say that for the class, you might have to learn, and that would be exciting to learn to use a new software.
Mhm.
However, we do allow it to edit and use DaVinci. Again, I'm not sure if you're going to be selected or appointed as an editor for your project. So it could be that you never been appointed as an editor. But yes, we also do some basic color correction on DaVinci. And so I would say that, you know, you don't have to worry. Everybody, we're very happy for you to make the films that you want and use the equipment that you feel comfortable with. So again, if Da Vinci is what you like best, I'm happy if you're happy. So as far as I have a movie, you can use that or Avid or Premiere Pro, and we'll go from there. Of course, though, if you're in class and you're required to do an assignment with Premiere Pro, you better follow our instructor guidance because after all, you're also in school, and so it's important to, stay together as a single unit. But aside for that, yes, Da Vinci, we like it. You're welcome. You're welcome to use it.
Cool, thank you.
Eileen,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I want to
Hi.
see you. Can I see your face?
Um,
No.
yeah. Wait.
Ah, lucky me. Lucky me. Da-dan, da-dan. Eccola.
Hi.
Ciao, Eileen. Fantastic. So good to see your
Hi, so
face.
my name is Elin, and I actually have a YouTube channel where I post tutorials on like how to edit on After Effects. And I was just wondering if I could include that in my application, like along with the other application prompts in short film.
What do you use After Effects for? Are you in special effects? Do you do special effects?
To make like short little videos, like manipulating
I
videos and
love.
stuff.
I love
Yeah.
After Effects. Yeah, we use it all the time for special effects. So yes, absolutely. If you want to use After Effects, if you guys use Pro Tools for sound design, any kind of software that helps you, in creating original stories is welcome to me. Even AI.
Okay.
I am not against AI. I think that AI is something that we have to learn to use. I am very against using AI to do homework, and I tell you, I'm gonna figure it out. But if you use AI in a productive way to tell your own original stories, that's fine to me.
Yeah.
It's like the computer, after all, is a tool. I won't tell you, don't write your screenplay on a computer because I want you to write it and written. No, I think that technology is here to serve us. And as far as that serves our story, we happy. The moment it doesn't, I'm not happy. But After Effect, you're very welcome to
Mm. So would
bring
I
in.
be able to like link the channel in the application?
Be able to what?
Link the channel in the application?
I think you can send a link and then, we'll go and look at that. But usually we have a problem with that. So what you want to do is actually to download whatever kind of film you worked on or clip and upload it on the provided uploader that is on CISA. We
Okay.
don't like to, like having links, it never works nowadays. There are so many viruses
Yeah.
and tricky things to that. So please create a film with whatever you want, Avid, Premiere Pro, et cetera, and then upload it onto the given space on the
Okay.
application.
Thank you.
Andres, I think this is the last question.
Hi,
Oh,
can you hear me?
yeah.
Yeah. So I might have missed this before, but you mentioned role selection. How does that work? Are we going to be able to pick our roles, or is someone going to give us our roles?
Yeah, so the way it works is everybody's going to pitch. Everybody that wants to pitch can pitch their film. Again, short documentary for the first 2 weeks, and then thesis film for the second 2 weeks. And then once you pitch, the faculty will choose the stories that have more potential, to grow in a team, potential to be emotionally engaging, potential to, maybe dive into a new aspect of filmmaking, like, experimental cinema. Once that is set, the faculty, not even I, the faculty has chosen the project, the faculty is going to assign your role based on some preference that you expressed previously. We're going to give a list and we're going to ask you what are your top 5 preferences. And then based on that, we'll create groups. And we do these because we want to create balances group. Sometimes some students have more experience in one domain, like in cinematography, and less in editing. And so we want to make sure that, we create balance group where everybody also get the chance to work on something they haven't worked before, and that they get exposed to something new so that they have the potential to grow. But most generally, everybody's pretty satisfied because we studying assigning your role based on the preference that you expressed the week before. Yeah, makes sense.
Yes, thank you.
So exciting. All right. Any other question? Final question? Maybe last one. Michelle, you don't have a question? Come on. Oh no, you already asked your question. Sorry. Who else? Well, then I would say that before passing it to Jessica for the closing, I'm very excited to review your applications. Please keep spreading the voice. Like we still have a month before the end of the application. We want to receive as many as possible. Maybe you have a friend or a friend that you think could be interested, even if they never made films. Let them know. Tell your parents, tell your cousins, tell everybody. We want to receive as many applications as possible to really create a strong cohort. I'm excited and looking forward to review your application, and I'm excited and looking forward to spend an amazing summer in California and Panama, working together in creating beautiful, beautiful films and powerful stories. Thank you very much for your time, Jessica. Thank you very much for you. And Ellie and Stacy, I'll give it to Jessica so that she can wrap it up.
Yeah, thanks everybody so much for joining. This webinar is being recorded and will be posted to our YouTube channel. So if you know somebody who wasn't able to make it tonight, you can pass it along to them. If you have an in-process application, it will also be emailed to you. And then, yes, submit your applications. Make sure you apply early, at least 48 hours, if not a week before the deadline. And we will see you all this summer. Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much, Pietro. Everybody have a great evening.
Bye bye, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.